Julia's strange experience. The night of Julia's strange encounter was wild and stormy. The rain beat against her windscreen and the trees swayed in the wind as she drove home. There was no moon to lighten the lonely country lane, but occasional flashes of lightning lit up the sea far below. The waves were crashing against the cliffs. Julia turned up the music on her stereo and wished she hadn't decided to drive back from the party on her own. It had been well after midnight when she left, but other guests had shown no sign of leaving. She had decided to go, even thought she had no clear idea of the way home. It was the first time she'd been in that friend's house, and now she was beginning to think that she had taken the wrong turning. She was afraid. She was lost. Suddenly she looked ahead. There was a large black object in the middle of the road blocking her way. She stopped just in time and saw two green eyes staring back at her, reflecting the beam of her headlights. Julia realized that was the largest cat she'd even seen. It just sat there looking straight at her. What was it doing on the road, under the pouring rain in the middle of nowhere? Perhaps it was injured. Julia switched off the engine and picked up her torch. She got out, went up to the cat, but just as she showed her torch on it, the cat meowed, stretched and walked off into the trees. Julia was puzzled and annoyed as she got back into the car. She was wet through. Oh, well, Julia thought. At least I'm not completely alone on this road. She turned the key in the ignition. Nothing. The car wouldn't start. She tried again, but the engine was completely dead. Julia shivered. She was wet and cold, but she was also beginning to panic. She wondered what to do. Should she try to find a phone box? No, there was no sight of civilization near there. She sat in the dark listening to the rain drumming on the roof. She couldn't even listen to the radio now. She settled down to wait for morning. She calmed down and began to feel sleepy. The rain went on and on. Suddenly she sat up wide awake. She realized the rain had stopped. She could only hear the beating of her heart. Why was she so afraid? Then she heard it. Someone was opening the passenger door. Julia screamed.